Genesis chapter 30. Water Rachel ki lo yalda Yaakov. And Rachel saw that she had not borne for Yaakov. Watqanne Rachel bachotah. And Rachel became jealous about her sister. Watomer Yaakov hava libanim. And she said to Yaakov, give thou to me sons. Wihimain metanochi. But if not, I am dying. Wayiharab Yaakov barachel. And the anger of Yaakov was provoked against Rachel. Wayomer hatahata Elohim hatahata Elohim hanochi. And he said, is it that I am in the place of the God, that I am in the place of God? Ataramana mimech peribatan. Who hath withheld from thee the fruit of a womb? Fruit of womb. Watomer hinne hamati bilaha bohelaha. And she said, behold, my maidservant Bilhah, come to her. Wateled al birakai. And she shall bear upon my knees. Wihibane gamahanoki mimena. And I will be built, also me, also I, from her. Watitenelo et bilaha shipahata litha. And she gave to him Bilhah, her handmaid, for a woman. Wayabohelaha Yaakov. And Yaakov came to her. What tahar Bilhah, and Bilhah conceived. What teled Yaakov ben, and she bare for Yaakov a son. What tomer Rachel danani Elohim, and Rachel said, God hath judged me. وقام شامع بقولي ويتن لي بن. And also he listened to my voice, and he gave to me a son. على كان قارها شمو Dan. Because of this, on account of this, she called his name Dan. وطهر عود وتلد بلها شفعت راخل بين ثاني ليعقوب. And Bilhah conceived yet again, and she bare Bilhah, the handmaid of Rachel, a son, a second son to Yaakov. Watomer Rachel nafatule Elohim nifatality im achoti gamayakolu. And Rachel said, strivings of God I have striven with my sister. Also, I have been sufficient. I have prevailed. Watikra Shemo Naphtali. And she called his name Naphtali. Water Leah ki amda miladat. And Leah saw that she stood from bearing. Watikah et Zilpah Shipahata, and she took Zilpah, her handmaid, Watitenhota Yaakov Leitha, and she gave her to Yaakov for a woman. Watel the Zilpah Shipahat Leha Yaakov ben, and Zilpah gave birth. Zilpah, the handmaid of Leah, gave birth for Yaakov a son. Watomer Leah Bahagad, and Leah said, a fortune hath come. Watikra et Shemo Gad, and she called his name Gad, fortune. Watelet Zilpah Shiphat Leah ben Theni Yaakov, and Zilpah, the handmaid of Leah, bare a second son to Yaakov. Watomer Leah Bashari ki isharuni banot. And Leah said, in my happiness, because daughters shall declare me happy. Watiqrah et shemo Asher, and she called his name Asher. Wayeled Reuben biyame kathira hitim, wayem tahdudaim bashad, wayabe hotam elaleahimo. And Reuben went in the days of the harvest of wheat, and he found mandrakes in the field, and he brought them to Leah his mother. Watomer Rachel el Leah, and Rachel said to Leah, Tinina li miduda ebenek, give thou now to me from thy mandrakes, from the mandrakes of thy son. Watomer lah, and she said to her, Hama'at qahatek et hithi et ishi, wala qahat gama et duda ebony. And she said to her, is it a little thing, thy taking my husband, and thou wouldst take also the mandrakes of my son? Watomer Rachel, lachen yishkab immak halayla. And Rachel said, therefore, he shall lie with thee tonight. Tahat duda ebenek, in place of the mandrakes of thy son. Wayabo Yaakov min hashad, and Yaakov came from the field, Barb, in the evening, or late afternoon. Leah liqrato, and Leah went out to meet him. And she said to me, thou shalt come. Ki shakor shekharaticha beduda ebony, because hiringly I have hired thee with the mandrakes of my son. Wayishkab immah, and he lay with her, balaylahu, and he lay with her in that night. Wayishma Elohim Elaleah, and Elohim, God, heard, listened to Leah. Watahar, and she conceived. Wateled Yaakov, and she bare for Yaakov ben Chamishi, a fifth son. Watomer Leah, Nathan Elohim Shekari. And Leah said, God hath given my hire. Atranatati shipahati leishi. That I have given my handmaid to my man. Watikra Shemo Yishashachar, and she called his name Yishashachar. Watahar od Leah, and Leah conceived yet again. Wateled ben Shithi Yaakov, and she bare a sixth son to Yaakov. Watomer Leah Zabadani Elohim Oti Zebed Tov. And Leah said, God hath bestowed me with a good endowment or gift. Hapam Yizbeleni Ishi Kia Ladati Lo Shithabanim. This time my man shall honor me, because I have born for him 6 sons. Watikrah et Shemo Zebulun, and she called his name Zebulun. Wa'achar Yaledabat, and after she bare a daughter. Watikrah et Shemah Dinah, and she called her name Dinah. Vayidkor Elohim et Rachel, and Elohim remembered Rachel. Vayishma'ah Elohim, and God listened to her. Vayiftah et Rahmah, and he opened her womb. Watahar, and she conceived. Wateled ben, and she bare a son. Watomer asap Elohim et herapati, and she said, God hath gathered my reproach, taken away my reproach. Watikrah et Shemo Yosef lemor Yosef Yahweh ben Acher, and she called his name Yosef, saying, Yahweh is adding, or Yahweh shall add to me another son. Vayahieka ater Yaleda Rachel et Yosef, and it was as when Rachel bare Yosef. Vayomer Yaakov el Laban, Yaakov said to Laban, Shalheni vehelka el mekomi ularashi. Send thou me away, and I would go to my place and to my land. Tana et nathai we et yaladai ater abadti otaka bahen wehelecha. Give thou my women and my children, which I have served thee, for them, and I would go. Ki hata yada'ata et avodati atra avadatika, because thou hast known my service, which I have served thee. Vayomer Elau Laban, and Laban said to him, Imnah mathati hen be'eneka. If If now I have found favor in thy eyes, nihashti wayabarakani Yahweh bigalalaka. I have divined, and Yahweh hath blessed me on account of thee. Wayomar naqaba shakaraka alai wehetena. And he said, designate thou, or naqaba shakaraka alai wehetena. Designate thou thy hire upon me, and I would give. And he said to him, Atta yada'ata et atra avadaticha. Thou hast known what or how I have served thee. With atra haya miqannaka iti, and how thy cattle was with me. Kima ata atharaha laka lapanai wai yiprotha la rob. For a little when it was with thee before me, and it hath spread out to an abundance. Wayabaraka Yahweh hotaka laragali, and Yahweh hath blessed thee to my feet. Wa'ata matai ashe gamanoki lebeti. And now, when I would effectuate also I for my house, Wayomer mahetenalak. And he said, what shall I give to thee? Wayomer Yaakov lo hetitenali mouma. And Yaakov said, thou shalt not give to me anything, a thing, a dot. Im ta'asheli haddabar hadeh. If thou wouldst effectuate this word for me, Athuba, I would return. I would shepherd thy flock. Eshemor, I will keep. I would pass through in all thy flock today. Haser mitham kol shenaqod watalu. To remove from there every sheep speckled or spotted. Wukol shehum bakashabim, and every black sheep among the sheep. Watalu wanaqod ba'izim, and spotted and speckled among the goats. Wahaya shakari, and it shall be my hire. Waranata bi sidqati biyom mahar. And in the tomorrow day, in the coming day, in the future, my righteousness shall answer for me. Kitabo al shakari lepanaka, as thou come upon my hire before thee. Kol atrahenanu naqod watalu. Ba'izim, everything which there is not speckled or spotted among the goats. Wahum bakshabim, or dark among the sheep. Ganu bahu hitti, it is stolen with me. Wayomer Laban hen, and Laban said, behold, Lu Yehi Kidabaraka, oh that it might be like thy word. Vayasar bayom hahu et hatyashim ha'akudim v'hat Elohim v'et kol ha'izim hanakudot v'hat Elohot kol ater lavan bo v'kol hum bakshabim vayitten biyad banai. And he, that is Laban, removed in that day the he-goats that were streaked and spotted, and all the goats, all the she-goats speckled and spotted, everything which had white in it, and all the dark among the sheep, and he gave into the hand of his sons. Vayashem derek thelothet yamim beno ben Yaakov, and he set a way of 3 days between him and between Yaakov. Yaakov ro'eh et thon Lavan hanotarot, and Yaakov was shepherding the flock of Laban that remained, the remaining flock of Laban. Vayikach lo Yaakov, and Yaakov took for him makal livne lah. He took for him fresh staves of poplar, waluz w'ermon, and almond tree and plane tree. Vayafasel bahen, and he peeled in them Psalot levanot, white peelings. Mahashop halavan, laying bare the white. Atar alhamakalot, which was on the staves. Vayaseg, and he placed or set up et hamakalot atar pisel, the staves which he peeled. Borohatim, in the troughs. B'shikathot hamayim, in the watering troughs of the water. Atar tavo nahathon lishtot lenokah hathon, which the flock were coming. The flock came to drink before the flock. Vayehamna bevoham lishatot, and they became hot or conceived in their coming to drink. Vayehemu hathon, and the flocks conceived elham makalot, toward the staves. Wateladna hathon. And the flocks gave birth. Akudim, nakudim, akudim, nakudim, ut streaked and speckled and spotted. Wahakashabim, and the lambs, Hipparid Yaakov. Yaakov separated. Wayiten pene hathon el Yaakov. Akod, we call home. Bethon Laban. And he gave the faces of the flock to the ring-streaked and all the dark in the flock of Laban. Wayashet lo adarim levado. And he set for him herds to himself. Velo hashatam. And he did not set them alithon Laban, according to the flock of Laban, or upon, in addition to the flock of Laban. Wahaya b'kol yahem hathon hamkusharot. And it was in every conceiving of the flock of the strong ones, the vigorous ones, those made strong. Washam Yaakov et hamakalot le'ene hathon. And Yaakov set the staves before the eyes of the flock. Borahatim, in the troughs. Liyahmena, bamakalot, for their conceiving among the staves. Ubeha'atif hathon lo yashim. And in the feeble, among the feeble ones of the flock, he did not set. He did not set them. Wahaya ha'atufim lelaban. And thus, those feeble ones were for Laban. Wahakashurim leYaakov. And the vigorous ones for Yaakov. Wayiparothaish mod. And the man spread out intensely. He increased. Wayahialothon rabbot. And there was for him many sheep. Ushapahot wa'abadim. And maidservants and menservants. Ugamalim, wahamorim, and camels and donkeys.